Alright, so I just messed around with my voice volume. Apparently it's been way too low the whole time. I'll have to get some sort of mic thing because I don't want to talk into the mic like this, and there's nothing really near my face that I could put it at. This is the closest I could get it. I guess I'll have to just speak a little louder. So last night was weird. I got home, I was excited to redo my standing desk, and I went outside to get the tape gun in the garage, and the lock was broken anyways. The cylinder, my dad went to jiggle it, and the whole cylinder came right out, and the bolt was still in the door, so we couldn't get in the garage. And I told my dad, did you lock the actual garage door last time you opened it? He's like, yeah, I always do. But then this morning he just went out and he tried it for the hell of it. Apparently he forgot to lock it, so now we can get all the tape and whatnot. So I guess I'll have to do that tonight after my session. Pretty pumped to fix this up. Anyways, I went to give blood, and I got there, and as soon as they started draining blood out of me, I started feeling like dizzy. I felt like puking. I started like panicking almost. Not panicking, but started like squirming, and I just told the girl, I said, I don't feel right. I'm starting to feel like dizzy headed. Is that normal? Because last time I went, the girl said, wow, you have really beautiful veins, which was really weird. And she said the blood is just flowing right out of you. You're gonna be done in no time. Usually it's 10 to 15 minutes. It took me like 5 minutes. But this time, this girl put the needle in me, and it wasn't in right. And she kept like putting it in a little bit more, out, squirming it around, and that kind of made me anxious. I was like, what the hell is this woman doing? And she was poking at the bag, and the blood wasn't going into the mini bag. So it took her like probably like 5 minutes. It felt like 10 minutes, but it probably took her like 5 minutes just to set up the needle. So yeah, I just told her at the end that at the end of the thing, I didn't feel right. So then they're like, okay, well, we're not going to take chances, so put your feet up. And then they put this wet paper towel on my forehead and on my neck to cool me down. I felt like a little baby, like a little pussy. But what made it worse too is this sweet little girl. She comes at the end, she starts like, are you alright? Everything's fine, yes? Would you like some apple juice? And I just went, pfft. I was like, that's funny? Why is that funny? I said, it's apple juice. I feel like a little baby right now, but yes, I would love some apple juice. She comes back around, she's like, wow, you already done your apple juice? It's like, yeah, I haven't had apple juice since I was like 6 or something. So that was great. So that was that. After I gave blood, I felt really tired, which helped me sleep. I had this idea last night too that like, 5 hours of good sleep is better than like 10 hours of hangover / blackout sleep. So even though I'm not sleeping as much, I'm getting more quality sleep. My sleep will come back in time. Yeah, I'm done my mental edge. I got me green tea this morning, and I'm using this little contraption, this little strainer. That's working fine. I'm just keeping it up. Keeping the handle up with a stack of poker chips here. Perfect. It should actually be nice and room temperature-y right now. Put hot water. So yeah, first things first. Got this message.
Wix, you can create a professional website.
So I guess I'll have to buy some sort. I seen on Amazon yesterday. It just happened to randomly pop up. $20 just for this arm for a mic. So I guess I'll use that. Add it to cart. So let's see here. Someone. I thought he was going to say the statue's made of poo-poo. Oh yes, I remember this video. What's this? It's crap. Everybody takes a dump. This is great. This is art.
It's more than 60 animals, including some fish, and a whole bunch of moose turds. Mary Winchenbach runs Turdyworks. It's art made from the stuff that moose leave behind.
Everyone takes a crap. Everyone goes to the bathroom, so
Boom.
everyone can relate to that. And the terms that I use to name these products are everyday terms that, you know, people are used to hearing and stuff. So you just try to, you know, combine the two to come up with something halfway decent that's funny, you know. For example, the first thing that we make now, instead of a cuckoo clock, see, this is a poo-poo clock. And what we did, see, is we took them turds and we crammed them in between the number there, so that's 130, 230, 330.
That's just one of the many
Crammed
she
them.
offers.
Now over here we make fecal people. And depending upon the shape of them middle turds right there, we can do them with big boobs or guts or butts or long legs or
What the
short legs. See, because there's no two turds that are ever alike. You ever seen a turd, the two turds alike? No.
Mary
Boom.
says half the battle is getting her product, but to do that, she doesn't have to travel far.
The turds are all local. We just go out and track the moose, and wherever the moose are, they're going to take a crap. And I have found that when a moose takes a dump, you walk about 50 yards in any direction and they take another dump.
It's a fairly simple and efficient business model.
And when a moose takes a dump, they'll
Okay.
crap out between 200 and 400 turds every time they take a crap. So it's like I get $5 a turd for these things. So I get jumping right up and down. I get excited when I see a turd.
It's going viral. She doesn't know what her next local stop will be, but she's upping her game with a new Turdyworks Facebook page to peddle her poop.
Get on there, and that's all my turds are on that page right there with the prices. And click on them, and then get to me and let me know what you need for turds. And I ship everywhere.
WABI TV5 News. So,
I forgot about that line. I ship shit everywhere. Oh no. Did I go home? But yeah, my comment was I thought the
People
statue.
would have an easier time seeing you if you were a little
I
more
thought the
open.
statue. I thought he was gonna say the statue was made of poo poo. Fecal people.
product. But to do that,
I thought that was made of poo. What is this? You ever seen two turds alike? No. Boom. Oh man. She can make a snack and call it Reese's Pieces. Oh. What's this? 18 seconds. Boom.
Everyone takes a crap. Everyone goes to the bathroom, so everyone.
Alright. It's go time. You always have to do something funny to get you in the right mood. So, yesterday, I got these two quotes from the Mental Edge this morning. I'm going to B with a whole bunch of stars means I'm going to put them on my background here. Am I excited to devour my opponents? This means like outplay my opponents, learn from my opponents, you know, just take in the whole situation. Not just beat my opponents, not just learn from it. Devour seems like it's the right word. And one session can't make us or break us. That's another good one. There's no point of getting emotional over a session. Another thing I jotted down on at work. I mean, hey, where did I do it? It must be at work in the work one. Then. Yeah, write out ways to know you're improving in the mental game. Strategy chapter before accumulated tilt. This is in the strategy chapter of the Mental Edge, and Jared Tendler had like this list of like ways you know you're mentally improving. One of those ways is you're excited about learning. You're excited about putting work in after you play, which I did the last time I played. You're noticing more mistakes. There's just a whole big list of them. Your recognitions your recognitions of your problems are showing up. Stuff like that. This is just a good list. I think having that list posted out and just right here on the side, just somewhere I could see, would keep me motivated. Some sort of nice little music here. I got a good hour and a half. I think I did my to-do list. Yeah, I did that yesterday while I was working. Oh shit, I didn't do my fucking 7-minute workout. I guess I could just go do that right now. I'm kind of awake. If I make up an excuse to not do it, I'm kind of awake. Excuse me. I have to do my bed. 7 workout. Fuck it. I'm gonna do the 7-minute workout, bro. No, I won't, because I'm full of energy. That's only important whenever I don't have energy. I can save the 7 minutes and go through some hands. So I'm just gonna do my bed real quick. Might as well put on some tunes. What happened? I was gonna put on music and then I said, hey, let's look at my to-do list for today. I did my to-do list yesterday while I was waiting at the blood donor clinic. Here's a good song.
Ooh, Strawberry Buble, my favorite.
You mean bubbly.
No, I mean Buble.
Cats are so very happy.
I got locked in a basement. Mommy fed me raisins. Said, Steven, eat this bald hair or you'll never see the sunshine again. Spank, 1, 2. Spank, 1, 2. Spank, 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 spank. Your butt is black and blue.
That's it.
Bees are happy.
They always add this weird shit at the end. What's a good list? This one was good, eh? Let's go with that one again. Oh, sorry. There you go. That's his whole intro.
Therefore to say
A minute long.
that transformation of human consciousness through meditation
Yes.
is frustrated.
Right.
So long as we
You're
think
all
of
right,
it in
Jim, and no
terms of
tat.
something
You need more rat-a-tat,
I
Jim.
myself can bring about
Do my blanket like this.
by some kind
eat
of
it.
angle, by some sort of gift. Because you see, that leads to endless games of spiritual one-upmanship and of guru competitions. Of my guru is more effective than your guru. My yogas are faster than your yoga. I'm more aware of myself than you are. I'm humbler than you are. I'm sorrier for my sins than you are. I love you more than you love me. There is interminable goings on about which people fight and wonder whether they're a little bit more evolved than somebody else and so on. All that can just fall away. And then
Alright. So I definitely want to get some reading in. I'm going to read the entitlement chapter again. I read it twice already.
some people get a glimpse that we are no longer this poor little stranger in a grave
Okay.
in a world of nevermore.
Let's get busy here.
But that you
That's done. Work, finish.
are this
I started my math quiz yesterday. I'm pretty pumped for it. It's starting to look good.
Because you see, it starts
Cancel
now.
phone.
It didn't begin in the
MasterCard.
past. There was no past.
Warm up poker.
So
Guitar and
usually
relax.
the began in the past, when
My
that
goal
happened.
is to learn the Game of Thrones theme song.
And the universe
Fingerstyle
is still beginning,
by
it's trailing off
season
like the wake
8.
of a
Is it
ship
season
from
8
now.
premiere?
And that wake
in
of a ship
April?
fades out, so does the past.
Should be doable.
You look back there to explain things, but the explanation disappears. You never find it there. Things are not explained by the past. They're explained
Is
by
this
what
gonna be
happened.
closed?
That creates the past. It
Okay.
begins here.
This is gonna go boom boom. Where is it? Right here. Boom
That's the birth
boom
of
boom
responsibility.
boom boom boom.
Because otherwise, you can always look over your shoulder and say, well, I'm the way I am because my mother dropped me.
Dropped me? Or robbed me?
And she dropped me because she was neurotic because her mother dropped her. Now away we go back to Adam and Eve or to a disappearing monkey or something. We never get at it.
This is good.
In this way, you're faced with you're doing all this.
So this hand,
And that's an extraordinary
this ace queen hand, is a butcher. I'm gonna go all hands.
You can't blame anyone else for the kind of world you're in.
I thought about it more and more.
And if you know...
Okay,
in
I'm
the
also
sense
gonna
of the
mark it
person,
as tilt.
the front, the ego, really doesn't exist. Then it won't go to your head too badly if you wake up and discover that you're God.
Accumulated, accumulate.
What do you miss down there? Is it Mr. Stone? Pretty special.
Why is it? Why do I always say as I jam?
Ever since then, that's what I do.
I just spaz jammed this.
Wake up,
I
I go to work.
think calling here is better than jamming. There's no fold equity. I do block ace king, aces and queens, but I'm never ahead. I'm never ahead. Let's just see what kind of price I was getting. I know he made it 28 after I made it 9, I believe. So I need to call 19. Pot is there's 37.41. What? 28 and 9. It's 37. I don't know why I said 41. Yeah, it's 39. So I need to call 19, yeah, so 2 to 1, 33%. Maybe I do, let's see here, I can put this in the flops though. I think doing mental game stuff is way more important than like digesting hands specifically right now. But I still want to know, I'm pretty sure ace queen like flops a pair. How can you just... I don't do that. I go like this. He flops top pair 26% of the time. How about a pair?
Where does all this go? Obviously from nothing.
So let's say, yeah, about 30%. So weak pair, 33%. See, if I flop queen, a queen here, The SPR would be, I'm calling this out of position. 28 times 2, we'll say 50 plus 6, 56, 58. 58, and I've put in about a little over a quarter of my stack. So it would be a 1.5 SPR, so I'd be committed, right? Hoping he has ace king. I'd play passively and hopefully get 10s and 9s and jacks to call a bet later on type thing. If I flop a queen, right? If I flop an ace, I'm fucking dead versus ace king. But I'm ahead of queens and kings and jacks. So maybe calling this out of position isn't too bad. It's like a high variance play though. %33% of the time I flop a pair. I'm getting literally the perfect odds over here. I need 33%. Fucking 33%. And since this is a tight range, I think I could just fold this and take the lower variance play route. It's probably a plus EV, but I don't know, risking 19 big blinds.
Go the whole way and see how you feel of the prospect.
I could also make more mistakes post flop type thing.
Of all your efforts,
I could flop an ace and just not fold and then just stack off versus ace king. I could flop a queen and get stacked. I could get stacked by over pairs and not get value from smaller pairs. So I think just folding this out of position is right. It's one of those hands where you 3-bet for value, but then you fold. They say you shouldn't 3-bet hands for value and then fold them, right? But Micro Shakes is a special game where people aren't balanced, so you can do that. It's like 3-betting like queens or jack versus UTG, and then they 4-bet you. You just know you're like always behind. They're never doing that with ace king. They're always calling ace king most of the time. So you know you're up against kings plus. So unless you're getting a good price, you can't really call. Or they're deep or something like that. So I think I'm just gonna put this into here just to practice. Control, phone, Control C is copy. Ace king.
The essence of your mind is intrinsically pure. The pure doesn't mean a non-dirty story statement, as it is apt to mean in the word purity.
Especially in the state of mind that I was in.
By seeing that nothingness is the fundamental reality, and you see it's your reality, then how can anything contaminate it? All the idea of your being scared and put out, worried and so on is just nothing, it's a dream. Because you're really nothing. But this is the most incredible nothing. So out of this void comes everything that you're in. What else could you do?
So now I'll be able to save. Alright, so I'll just save this. I have this bad habit of Xing out. I always have to remember to save. So that hand was reviewed. Pre-flop, bad hand, tilt. Perfect. Okay, so now I'll be able to just go like through tilts. Tilt type thing, and I'll be like, okay, this tilt has a little icon right here, which means I reviewed it. This pops up automatically, and then I'll be able to go, oh, tilt, here's a section on tilt. Pre-flop, perfect. Flopzilla, it's kind of basic, but it's about developing those routines so that eventually in the future I could do them more efficiently.
Black implies white. Self implies other. Life implies death. Or shall I say, death implies life. You can feel yourself, not as a stranger in the world.
I'm not tilt. Okay, fear of seeing them.
Not as something that has arrived here by fluke, but you can begin to feel your own existence as absolute. What you are basically, deep, deep down, far, far is simply
Okay, let's go with aces. Let's just do this real quick here. Ace close. Why aren't you going back on? I pressed the power button. I'm actually glad I have that little speaker, but that's every time that happens, it will remind me to be like water. I'm gonna use that to my advantage. Alright. So let's do worst case scenario versus best case scenario. Oh, I actually selected my hand. So let's say they have this guy right here rarely has queen 4 suited and queen 7 suited. This guy has queen 4 suited, queen 7 suited more often. I didn't expect queen 4 off. People aren't going to flat those queen X suited as often as they're going to complete in the blinds with them. This guy is not going to have queens as often as this guy decides to slow play him. I think people are going to re-raise with queens there more often than slow playing. Slow playing makes more sense from this position than it does from this position. I didn't expect a slow play though, obviously. So let's just go with worst case scenario. They have all sets, all queen X suited. 7-5 suited. Yeah, we'll go with 5, 7, maybe 6-8 of diamonds. Here. Queens, obviously. Seven of spades, 4 of hearts. Let's go with 5 of diamonds. 6% equity. Well, yeah, because I have 2 odds, 2 times 4. I'm drawing dead 6-8 suited. Right, yeah. 7-5 suited. I can hit the 2 aces, the 3 queens, and the 3 4s. Which is 6 and 2 is 8. 8 times 2 is 16%. Yo. So this is worst case scenario. Let's say best case scenario. Right, this is worst case scenario. Can they float the flop with 5s? I don't. This guy can float the flop with 5s. We'll just leave it at that, because queens are sometimes 3 bets. I didn't put the queen X suited in there. Queen 4 and 7. They can have 4-5 suited. 5-4 suited, I mean. There you go, my mouth's getting dry. It's the tease. Wow, this actually increases my equity, because now I can hit a better 2 pair. Because it actually weakens the range. Okay, I'm cold. Okay, so let's just do that. We'll keep it at that. 6-8 suited. Maybe there's a 6-3 suited. Let's just leave it at that. It doesn't have to be spot on, because this is the worst case here. Huh. Control. Scenario. OTT. B. Scenario. On the turn. Don't need to care about spell checking and capitalization.
On many, many levels of rhythm.
So best case scenario, let's take...
This is the nature of change.
Let's say they fold the flop.
If you resist it, you have dukkha, you have frustration and suffering. But on the other hand, if you understand change, you don't cling to it, and you let it flow, then it's no problem. It becomes positively beautiful. Which is why, in poetry, the theme of the evanescence of the world is beautiful.
So let's get rid of 5-4 suited. Let's say they fold the flop with that shit. They're not folding 7. Well, say they're on the flop. Flop I'm worried about. Let's say they fold all their 4x. This guy folds all his 4x. Not this guy though.
It's always the image of change that really makes the poem.
I'm folding all my 4x here. Multi-way, hell yeah. I'm folding all my 7x here. I'm not closing the action. They got so many like overcards. My 7s, yeah. I think people will call pre-flop and then they'll make mistakes post-flop, but folding 7x here multi-way is definitely ideal.
Japanese have a word.
Maybe not jacks and 10s.
Y-U-G-E-N.
Best case scenario anyways.
No English equivalent whatsoever.
They're gonna have that. Let's just add queens that I dominate and split the pot with. If they have all these queen 7, queen 4 suited, they're not folding.
When you see out in the distant water,
are they really raising the turn though with them?
hidden behind the far off island.
We'll give them like...
You have the feeling of Yugen when you watch wild geese.
Equity
Suddenly
hands.
seen and then lost.
Wow. This is the best case scenario though. I don't think he does that. This guy doesn't do this. This little mid-raise here. He doesn't do that with fucking Queen 6. He just keeps calling down. He doesn't do that with Queen 8. Queen 9. He just keeps calling down. Because he only 3-bets, or he didn't even 3-bet queens, so he's not aggressive at all. All his fucking weaker queens, I don't see him doing that. Let's give him that. Broadways. So I can call this raise, I guess. He could for some reason put me on ace king, ace jack.
You have the feeling of Yugen.
He can be doing this with like some sort of weird flush draw, like
And you've never been to the other
10, 9 of diamonds, but he's not aggressive, so.
You don't go over there to look and see what's on the other side. That wouldn't be Yugen. You let the other side be the other side. And it evokes something in your imagination, but you don't attempt to define it, to pin it down.
Is this best case scenario? 4 spies. Right, let's. Whoa. So I can definitely call this, but the thing is, if he's raising these hands on the turn, he's not folding them, right? So maybe this wasn't a bad plan. I just don't think he's doing this though with these hands. I think he's just calling down with them. So here I can call. Oh, here I can't. Yeah, the thing is, when you do this...
So in the same way, the coming and going...
I was thinking of just versus one guy, but once the other guy does this, the combination of both their ranges is so strong. I didn't want to fold this in case they did. I saw king queen and king queen, or ace queen and ace queen. I also don't have ace queen. I have aces. For some reason, I kept thinking I had ace queen here. I don't block their queen X here. So maybe this isn't that bad of a hand. They can have like 7x of diamonds, 4x of diamonds that decides to just spaz. With the player pool tendencies, people play too passively. They don't 3-bet, and they call too wide, queen 4 off. That's a perfect example, right? Perfect example of like both their tendencies. These players are pretty much the same players that I guesstimate. You don't 3-bet enough, and you call too wide, and you get sticky with it. But you just happen to flop it. Does that mean he jams? I think if he had a hand, queen jack, king queen, he would just call this guy's min raise. I don't know what to think of this one. I just know that they're never folding aces in this spot, so it's not a bad hand.
Sometimes life's gonna hit you in the head with a brick.
But it's such a dry, it's somewhat of a dry board type thing, so you don't think they would overplay their top pair hands. They usually do that on wet flops because they're afraid of flushes.
Your work is going to fill a large part of your life, and the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great.
Oh my god.
And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking and don't settle. As with all matters of the heart, you'll know when you find it.
How much do I already have committed?
Relationship, it just gets better and better as the years roll on. So keep looking don't settle.
I think I could just bet a little bit bigger and then just stack off maybe. I can target their fucking ace, queen, king, queen, queen, jack, queen 10, queen 9 suited, queen 8 suited, queen 6 suited. Even their 7, 6, 7, 8 suited. Their 10s, jacks maybe. So that's the solution, I think. Just betting bigger on the turn. And then I'm guaranteed to be stacking off, right? They're not going to fold those hands. I bet 35 here.
My third story is about death. When I was 17, I read a quote that went something like, "If you live each day as if it was your last, someday you'll."
This is pretty much a jam.
Right. It made an impression.
It's a jam. I got no fold equity if I re-raise here. Usually, you'll see a rare bear sometimes will just min raise here and fold. But usually when they do this on the turn specifically too, turn and river, they're not folding.
I know I need to change something. Remembering that I'll be dead soon.
Man, now I'm getting tired. Now I got out of woke up, but I keep going.
Because almost everything, all external expectations,
maybe because I sat down.
fear of embarrassment or failure, these things just fall away.
Fuck, should I take a nap? Fuck's sakes.
Remembering that you are going to die is the best way I know to avoid the trap of thinking you have something to lose.
Huh. Yeah, so just bet turn bigger. Right, because I'm still getting value from the value hands. I don't want to just bet bigger in case they raise. That wouldn't be too smart. I want to make sure I'm still targeting those value hands.
Even people who want to go to heaven don't want to die.
I bet bigger on the turn. I think I'm still getting 7x to call and 8s through jacks, queen x.
And that is as it should be, because death is very likely the single best invention of life.
They could have picked up some flush draws too on the turn.
It clears out the old to make way for the new. Right now, the new
They could have like 5-6 too that they're not folding on the turn if you bet. Because as soon as someone makes a pair, they get extra sticky.
So don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want.
My plan here was just to bet like smallish and then jam turns or jam rivers. But then you can still do that if one of them calls. The pot's about 100, and they got like a half pot bet left. Alright, so just make it bigger. Yeah. Like, if I double barrel her, I take 4 X's, and I guess, well, not 6s anymore. Deuces, 3s might still call. Gut shots still call. Fuck. I got an hour until I gotta get ready. Should I take a half-hour nap? I woke up excited and pumped. I got a lot of physical work to do today too, at work. I think I'm gonna take a nap. This is gonna be the last thing I do. Bet turn bigger here. If I had ace queen here, I would 21% equity versus 37%.
Because you see, he sees everybody around him looking dreadfully serious, looking as if they had a problem, looking as if the act of living were extremely difficult. But from his standpoint, the person who's happening, he feels that they look funny, that they don't understand, that there isn't any problem at all, that he has seen from where he stands, see, that the meaning of being alive is just being alive. That is to say,
it's an extra, what, 20 points?
I look at the color of your hair, the shape of your eyebrow, and I understand that is the point.
21% versus 37 or 16 points. Equity almost doubles. Alright, that's it for me. I already saved that to this, I believe. Worst case scenario. So maybe it's okay hand. Just turn. Nice. Tilts. What did I write for tilts? If you're seeing them overplay worse hands for value. That is a form of tilts. The thing is though, when you bet bigger, you can put that worst range scenario. So let's say we give him ace queens. Boom boom. What's the other set? Because you block queens. So let's say we bet 35. Let's say we bet 35. And he jams. It's so confusing because this guy's in here too. Let's just say I bet 35, he jams this turn.
It's so plain, and it's so obvious, so simple.
So let's give him 6 aces. All these, yeah. Queen 5, he's going to call the flop. I'm just thinking of heads up versus this guy. Let's just ignore this guy first. He would call Queen 5 suited here. If he had it, he would call all this. Yeah. The thing is he min raising or jamming the turn with him? On average versus. Let's just give him strong queens, I guess. Ugh, I don't know, I'm so lost. This is obviously going to be a stack off if I give him this range versus the pot odds. Fucking this guy, eh? Okay. The pot would be a different size too if this guy didn't call. Fuck! I think I should just stick to heads up pots for now, that's the problem. This, I'm just gonna, yeah. I'm done with this hand. They're not folding aces in the spots. Aces, I should have bet bigger now that I realize it. Ace Queen's a closer spot. Actually, King Queen's a closer spot. Ace Queen is, I think, still a stack off. Because you block all their Ace 4, Ace 7, Ace 5. Actually, you block all those Ace. They can have King 4, King 7, King 5 if they were suited. I can keep going in circles, man. I'm just gonna call it a day. I want to check something real quick. Let's see here. How do I do this again? Filters. Okay. View report. Player report. All player reports. No. No. Okay. That's. Small blind open. How would you like to report me? Yeah. Facing action pre-flop. Can I check two?
We go
Group
about
by
our daily lives understanding
result.
almost nothing in the world. We give little thought to the machinery that generates the sunlight that makes life possible. To the gravity that glues us to an earth that would
How would you like your
send us
report
spinning off into
grouped
space.
facing action
Or to the
pre-flop?
atoms
Yeah.
of which they're made,
So
and all
facing
these
no
things
action
that
from the
we
small
fundamentally
blind, right? That's what I want. I think. Let's try this. Okay.
wondering why nature is the way it is, where the cosmos came from.
Versus an unopened pot versus one limper.
If time
Wow.
to go backward, or whether there are ultimate
Versus a
limits to what
limper.
humans can know. What is
One
this
raise
world
and a collar.
Why we remember the
Wow. Look at this. So my stealing is working a lot. I'm losing. Oh, it's only two hands. Okay. What's this? Versus one razor. So I'm cold calling too much. There you go. That's a big enough sample to know that I'm cold calling too much. That was what I was talking about, my statistics. This is too high. This should be like a 25, 26. Versus two limpers, I'm still losing versus one limper. Am I ISOing too wide? I could be ISOing too wide too. That would take this down too, and this down. I'm more focused on versus one razor, because that has a bigger sample, but this is a bigger losing rate. But versus limpers, huh? That's interesting. This is a higher losing rate. Why am I losing so much versus limpers? Am I not ISOing right and c-betting too wide or some shit? Wow. I have no idea what's going on here. So I'm stealing right. Versus one raise and collars. My cold 3-bet. I'm not. Am I 3-betting too wide too? As bluffs or some shit? Not wide enough for value?
Some of you love sleep more than you love success. And I'm here to tell you today, if
I do love sleep and I need it.
you gotta be willing to give up sleep.
Dude, I feel like I'm gonna puke. I just gave blood yesterday. I'm not gonna fucking sleep today. Alright, I gotta go.
Because if you go to sleep,
I'm going to sleep, motherfucker. So I'm gonna close this and I'm gonna post it later whenever I get up.